Right now, creators are posting these paper-style animation videos covering things like history, finance, true crime, and documentaries, and the views they're pulling in are absolutely insane. Videos in this style are consistently pulling in millions of views, and the reason it's exploding right now isn't luck, it's retention. The storytelling pulls people in from the first second, and the animation itself is so satisfying to watch that viewers stay locked in until the very end, which is exactly what tells YouTube to push your video out to millions of people. So in this video, I'm showing you how to build these viral VOX-style videos in literally any niche you want, guiding you through the entire process from start to finish, so that even as a complete beginner, you walk away knowing this format inside and out without needing to watch another tutorial. Now here's the part most tutorials get wrong. They either overcomplicate the process, or they skip the parts that actually matter behind the scenes. So today, I'm handing you the exact optimized system I built myself, one that lets you create these videos using nothing but the power of AI, from the script, to the visuals, to the final animation. And if you think this requires thousands of dollars or an entire production team, you're wrong, because by the end of this video, you'll be able to build one of these completely on your own. Now with that being said, the first thing we're going to do is set up the engine, because we'll be using Claude to run this entire system, and it's going to handle most of the heavy lifting for us. And it's super easy to set up, so let me show you exactly how it's done. Now to start off, open the video resources, which you can find inside my free Telegram channel, linked in the description below. Once you are in, the first thing that you need to do is copy the entire master from start to finish, since this is basically the engine behind the entire workflow. Next, open a new session in Claude, paste the master into the prompt section, and with that out of the way, click on the generate button, and just like that, you have activated the entire system. And as you can see, Claude will now ask you to provide a source material file. Now what you need to do next is head back into the video resources, then click on the source link, which is this one right here, and with that done, you will find the entire source file. As you can see, I made it specifically for the VOX-style workflow, and it contains all of the instructions that guide the entire process, including idea generation, script creation, visuals, and everything else. Now what you need to do is download the source file, then head back into the same Claude session and upload the file that you have just downloaded. So now that everything is set, click on the generate button below, and just like that, Claude will ask you to choose a niche from the list that it has provided. Basically, all you need to do here is choose one of the available niches, but if your niche isn't listed, you can simply enter your own instead. Now with that done, enter the number of the niche that you have chosen, which in my case is niche number 3, and then click on the generate button. And just like that, Claude will provide you with a list of 5 video ideas that are specifically made for your chosen niche and inspired by high-performing topics, which is exactly what we need. Now what you need to do next is choose the idea that you like the most, then enter the number of that idea into the prompt section. So now that everything is set, click on the generate button, and just like that, Claude will ask you how long you want your script to be. In my case, I will enter a length of 1 minute just to keep this tutorial simple, but if you're creating documentary-style videos, I recommend choosing a length of around 8 to 15 minutes. Now with that done, click on the generate button, and just like that, Claude will lock in the target length for your video. Now with the target length fully set, simply tell Claude to continue and then run the command. And just like that, Claude will provide you with a complete video script based on the idea that you selected, while matching the video length that you entered earlier. As you can see, the script is written in a natural and engaging style, and in my opinion, you probably won't need to make many changes since the overall quality is already very strong. Now with the script fully set, the next thing that you need to do is copy the entire script from start to finish, then head over to a tool called SGen AI, which we will use to create the voiceover, along with all of the visuals for our video. We're using this tool because it's really powerful and includes everything we need in one place, so we don't have to switch between multiple tools, and you will see just how powerful it is shortly. Now once you are in, open the tool mode, where you will find multiple different tools in the menu on the left side. For this step, select the audio tool, where you'll find several audio creation features that you can use. Now we need to use the 11 Labs feature, so open that one. As you can see, this is a complete voiceover creation tool that is directly integrated with 11 Labs, which is exactly what we need. Now the first thing that you need to do is paste the script into the script section right here. Next, open the voices section below, where you'll find a wide selection of voices to choose from. All you need to do here is select the voice that you like the most, which is totally up to you. In my case, I'll use the Charlotte voice since I really like how it sounds. So now that everything is set, simply click on the Generate button below, which will initiate the voiceover creation process. This process won't take long, and once it's finished, as you can see, we have just created the entire voiceover. So now that the voiceover is complete, simply click on the download button right here, and just like that, your voiceover will be saved. So now that you have created the voiceover, let me show you how to create the actual VOX style animations, where the first thing that we need to do is create all of the images for the video, so make sure to watch closely. Now to start off, open the same Claude session from before, then tell it to proceed and run the command. And just like that, Claude will provide you with a full beat table, which is basically a breakdown showing which scene covers each part of the voiceover. In my case, it generated a list of 17 shots, which is a good amount for a 1-minute video. Below the beat table, it will also provide you with a consistency lock table, where it breaks down the key elements of your story and keeps track of them, so they remain consistent throughout every scene, and this is very important. Now with that out of the way, tell Claude to proceed once again and run the command. And just like that, Claude will provide you with a complete list of image prompts that you will use to generate all of the visuals for your video. As you can see, all of the prompts follow the same structure, helping the images remain consistent from scene to scene. Everything is also formatted in a clean way, making it easy to copy and paste the prompts directly from here. Now with all of the prompts ready, head back into SGen AI, open the tool mode, and this time select the image feature. This is basically a fully built-in image generator that's very easy to use and includes everything we need to create high-quality images. If you open the model section, you'll find a wide range of image generation models to choose from, including many of the popular ones. In my case, I'll use Nano Banana 2, so I recommend using the same model that I'm using here. Now below that, scroll down until you reach the aspect ratio section, then make sure to select the 16:9 ratio, since that's the correct format for long-form videos. Below that, you'll also find the resolution section, where you can adjust the image resolution. For this example, I'll use the 2K resolution, but you can also choose a lower resolution if you prefer. Now with that out of the way, head back into Claude and copy the prompt for the first scene. Next, return to the image feature in SGen AI and paste the prompt into the prompt section. So now that everything is set and all of the settings are configured, simply click on the Generate button below. This will start the image generation process, which won't take long. And once it's finished, as you can see, we have created the image for the first scene of our video. The result looks amazing and matches the VOX style visuals that we're aiming for. Now with the first image complete, head back into Claude and copy the prompt for the second scene. Next, return to the image feature and paste the prompt into the prompt section. Now you'll notice that the settings have been reset to their default values, so simply change them back to the same settings we used before. Now that everything is set, click on the Generate button again to create the second image. The process works exactly the same as before. And once it's finished, as you can see, we have created another image that represents the second scene of our video, and this one came out looking amazing as well. So now that you know how to generate the images, simply repeat the same exact process until you have used all of the image prompts that Claude created. And just to save some time, I have already done that, and as you can see, all of my images came out looking great, matching the VOX style while remaining consistent from the first scene all the way to the last. Now the last thing that you need to do is download all of the images that you have created, and with that out of the way, you are now ready for the next step, where I'll show you how to animate the images. This is where everything really comes together, because we'll finally transform these images into the animated VOX-style videos that you've been working toward, so make sure to watch closely. Now to start off, open the same Claude session from before, then tell it to continue and run the command. And just like that, Claude will provide you with a universal video creation prompt that you will use to animate all of your images, which saves a lot of time. Below that, it will also provide you with an assembly note, which I recommend reading through, but either way, I'll guide you through the entire process. Now to animate the images, head back into SGen AI, open Tool Mode, and this time select the Video Creation feature. This is a built-in video generator that includes everything we need to create high-quality animations. The first thing that you need to do is open the Model section, where you'll find a wide selection of different models that you can use. It's really impressive because this is one of the few tools that offers such a large variety of video generation models. In my case, I'll use the new Seedance 2.5 model, which should already be available by the time you're watching this video. In my opinion, it works really well, but you can also use any other model that you like, especially if you're looking for a more affordable option. So now that you have selected a model, the next thing that you need to do is upload the image for the first scene by clicking on the Upload button right here. Once you've uploaded the image, scroll down until you reach the prompt section. Now head back into Claude and copy the entire video creation prompt from start to finish. Then return to the video creation feature and paste the prompt into the prompt section, making sure that you haven't added any extra text, which is very important. Now with that out of the way, below that you'll find the video generation settings. First, make sure to select the 16:9 aspect ratio, since that's the correct format for long-form videos. Next, use the duration slider to adjust the length of your video. As you can see, you can generate videos up to 30 seconds long, but for this workflow, make sure to set the duration to 6 seconds, since that's all we need. Now in the resolution section below, you can choose the output resolution. This step is totally up to you, but I recommend selecting 720p or a higher resolution if it's available with the model that you're using. In my case, it's only displaying a lower maximum resolution because this model isn't officially released yet, and I just wanted to mention that beforehand. So now that everything is fully set and all of the settings are configured, click on the Generate button below to begin the video creation process. This process won't take long since the tool is very fast, and once it's finished, as you can see, the video for the first scene is now complete. So with that out of the way, let's take a look at how it turned out. Now that you've created the video for the first scene, the next thing that you need to do is upload the image for the second scene. With that done, scroll down and paste the exact same video creation prompt that you used before. As I mentioned earlier, you'll use this same prompt for all of your scenes. Now below that, simply adjust the settings the same way as before, since they will reset after every generation. This only takes a few seconds, so it's not really a problem. Now that everything is set, click on the Generate button to create the video for the second scene. The process is exactly the same as before and should finish quickly. And once it's done, as you can see, the second video is now complete. So with that out of the way, let's see how this one turned out as well. Now that you know how to animate the images, simply repeat the same exact process until you've animated all of your images. This is actually very easy, especially if you're generating the videos in batches. Now to save some time, I've already done that, and as you can see, all of my videos are now complete and ready to use. The last thing that you need to do is download all of the videos that you've created, and that's pretty much it. Now let me show you one more feature that can improve the quality of your videos even further, especially if you're using a lower quality generation model. Below each video, you'll find a video upscale button. When you click on it, you'll automatically be redirected to the upscaling tool, where the selected video will already be loaded for you. You'll also have 2 different upscaling modes to choose from. I recommend using the fast mode, since it's more than enough for the level of quality that we're aiming for. Now that everything is set, click on the Generate button below. This will start the upscaling process, which is surprisingly fast, and once it's finished, your video will be upscaled, giving you a cleaner and sharper result. This step is completely optional though, so if you're already using a high-quality generation model, you won't need to upscale your videos at all. So now that we have created all of the visuals for our video, we are just one step away from starting the video editing process. That final step is creating a background track that matches the vibe of our video, so let me show you exactly how it's done. Now to start off, open Claude AI, then open the audio creation section and click on the background music feature. This is a fully built-in music generator that is very straightforward and easy to use. Now what you need to do is enter a style prompt describing how you want your track to sound. If you're not sure what to write, feel free to copy the exact prompt that I'm using right here. So now that everything is set, click on the Generate button below, and just like that, the music generation process will begin. And it only takes a short amount of time. And once the process finishes, as you can see, our background track is now complete. In my opinion, it's really impressive considering that the entire process only took around a minute or 2. Now the last thing that you need to do is download the background track, and with that out of the way, you are finally ready to start with the video editing process, where I'll show you how to edit the entire video from start to finish, so make sure to watch closely. Now to edit the video, we will use an editing tool called CapCut, so go ahead and open it. Once you are in, the first thing that you need to do is import all of the assets that you have created so far, which are the video clips, the background track, and the voiceover. Now with that done, start by placing the voiceover into the editing timeline below. While I usually remove the larger pauses from the voiceover, this time we'll leave them as they are since they fit the documentary style much better. Now with that out of the way, select the video for the first scene and place it at the beginning of your editing timeline. Next, go through the voiceover and based on what's happening, trim the video so that it matches its own part of the script. So now that the first scene is in place, select the second video and place it right next to the first one. Then go through the voiceover again and trim the second video so that it matches its own part of the voiceover. Now all you need to do is repeat the same exact process until you have added all of the video clips that you generated, making sure that every scene is timed correctly since this is very important. Now as you can see, I have already done that, and now all of my video clips match their own part of the voiceover perfectly. One thing that I do recommend is leaving the last scene slightly longer than the voiceover, since it gives the ending a more cinematic feel, and you can see exactly what I mean right here. So now that you have added all of your scenes, the next thing that you need to do is select all of the assets above the voiceover, then open the audio section on the right side and lower the volume of the scene audio to around -10 so that it doesn't overpower the voiceover. Now that the scene volume is fully adjusted, open the transitions menu above, where you'll find a wide range of transitions that you can use. This step is completely up to you. Simply choose the transitions that you like the most and place them between your scenes. And this is very straightforward, so I don't think we need to spend any more time here. Now that you've added the transitions, open the media section, select the background track and place it directly below the voiceover, just like I have done right here. Next, trim the background track so that it matches the length of the voiceover, since this is very important. With that done, open the settings on the right side, lower the volume of the background track to around -20, and then add a 3-second fade out so that it ends more smoothly and gives the video a more polished finish. Now for the final touch, select the last scene in your video, open the animation menu on the right side, and under Out Animations, apply the fade out animation. This will make the ending feel much smoother and more professional. And with that out of the way, your video is now complete. Now the last thing that you need to do is click on the export button above, then copy the exact settings that I'm using right here, since they work really well for this type of video. Now with that done, click on the export button below, and just like that, your video will be saved. So now that the video is ready, let's finally see how it turned out.
February 23, 1995. A trading office in Singapore sits empty. The man who ran the desk has vanished, leaving behind a fax with 2 words: "I'm sorry." For years, he had controlled both the trading floor and the back office that checked his trades, a combination almost no other bank allowed. Losses from bad bets on futures contracts were quietly funneled into a hidden account, numbered 88888, meant only for correcting small errors. Then the market moved against him, and the losses grew, hundreds of millions, then more. He kept trading, convinced the next position would erase the whole. It never did. By the time auditors traced the account, the debt had reached £827 million. The bank was over 2 centuries old. Within a week, it was sold for £1.
So now that you know how to create a video using the viral VOX style animation, let me show you how to create a thumbnail in the same style, so that your video can stand out and gain more traction. Now to start off, open the same Claude session that you have been using so far, then tell it to continue and run the command. And just like that, Claude will provide you with a list of 3 thumbnail prompts that you can use to create a thumbnail for your video. Now what you need to do is copy one of the thumbnail prompts from here, then head over to the image creation tool that we used before, and paste the prompt into the prompt section right here. Now with that done, feel free to select the model that you like the most. In my case, I'll use the Nano Banana 2 model. Now if you scroll down a bit, you'll find the generation settings, so simply copy the exact settings that I'm using right here. So now that everything is set, click on the Generate button below, which will initiate the thumbnail creation process. This won't take long, and once the process finishes, you'll see that the thumbnail is now ready. Now in my case, I actually generated all 3 thumbnail concepts for our video, so you can see how each of them turned out, and in my opinion, the thumbnails came out looking amazing. And that's it. That's the whole game. No gatekeeping, no part 2 coming later. You have everything I have. Now here's the part nobody tells you. It doesn't matter how good this tutorial was if you close the tab and do nothing with it. Trends move fast, and the people who win aren't smarter than you, they just started before you did. Also, if this actually helped you, smash that like button. It takes 2 seconds and it tells me to keep making these. And as always, keep pushing, and I'll see you in the next one.